You want energy? You got it. I got you covered. So in that list, the Energizers is one of the first categories I want you to know by heart. Know everything that goes on that list, because if you are in a sport, any single sport, these Energizers are your friends, okay? Do not make the mistake of listening to anyone that says you should be eating ketogenic or you should be having intermittent fasting diet and get rid of carbs and lose the carbs in the diet, because they're not your friend. Carbs are your best friend when it comes to explosive movement. This movement, I do that using carbohydrate energy if I want to be able to do it 50 times in a row. So where do we get carbs from? Look at that list, the Energizers, and you're going to go through the list with me. The first section is the first section for a reason. It has that battery because it is kind of your slow absorbing, high battery filling source of energy. And I'm talking about things that are grains or starchy vegetables. So all those like rice and pasta and grains like quinoa and bread, things made with grain. And then you have potatoes, like regular potatoes and sweet potatoes and corn. All of those are going to give you a good package within them of energy. So when I'm talking about grains, I am talking about the stuff that comes directly from plants, like these bits of rice. And I want you to start to imagine where that grain is coming from. Imagine it on the plant. Because if you are having trouble understanding what you're eating, and it is an Energizer, you think, because somewhere on the box it says something that maybe looks like a grain or a fruit or something, well, I want you to say right away, red flag. I can't even imagine this is a plant. Maybe there's a better option. So we want to be having things that are closer to the source of where they come from. So like whole grain rice, quinoa, wheat berries. Did you know that the pasta and bread actually used to be a wheat berry? Well, you can eat the wheat berry. You don't have to eat it as bread and pasta. That's actually processed food. So even if it's the whole wheat pasta, it's still processed food. So I'm encouraging you to look at those closely. Now, the other one I do want to mention separately are your legumes. Legumes are a great source of energy for you, but at the same time, they're also a source of muscle building materials and superfoods. We call legumes the ultimate performance food for this reason, because it can be in all three categories. However, this does not mean you only eat a legume at a meal. You're going to need more energy than that. So eat your beans and rice. And different legumes have different superpowers, like the power to restore you or bone strength. So eat a variety of them. That'll be much more powerful. For example, you can have white bean soup one day and chickpea pasta the next. Now, in the Energizers, we also have the fruit. Fruit is a good package of energy. It's a superfood energizer for a reason, because that package, the hydration that you get from eating something like an apple and all of those other superpowers in the apple are going to do more than just give you energy. So you're going to have that packet, and it's going to cross over into two categories. So if you have fruit, yes, you're getting a superfood and you're getting an Energizer. Now, what's special about the fruit is that they are a little bit more naturally processed sugar and carbohydrate. So they're actually going to enter your body a little faster than the grain. So they charge your battery a little quicker. But that also means that your body is primed to use them a little quicker. So it's a better option as you get close to your sport and as you get close to that activity. So that is really like, good for snacking and good for recovery snacking after sport. Finally, we have the sports drink. So sports food, sports drink, to me, it's all the same. It's at the top of the category or in the middle if you're on the list. And what that is the in-play Energizers. And I say that they're for in-play because you shouldn't need a sports drink just in the middle of your day randomly. This is normally reserved for when you have about an hour of activity, and I'm talking intense like sports. Over an hour, we're getting into a time where sports drinks may actually help to keep you well energized. But before an hour, a sports drink is not necessary. And the only thing it may do, is help you to drink more. But that's not even necessarily true. You could just add a little bit of flavor to water. There is some good studies showing that if you just simply swish your mouth with something sugary, with real sugar, not fake sugar, you can actually stimulate your muscles a little bit more. So there is a performance benefit to mouth swishing with a little bit of sugar. So that's a little extra sports nutrition tidbit for you. But that, isn't necessary if you're not going for very long or if you're not going very hard. So in recap, the energizers kind of fall into 3 categories. Your slower absorbing energizers, which are your grains and starchy vegetables, your quicker absorbing energizers, which are your fruit and any kind of fruit version like pureed fruit, and then your super fast absorbing energizers, which are your sports foods like sports drinks, gels, those types of things, and even homemade sports drinks. All right, so now you can go get some energy. Try out how that feels to have energizers at the right time. So you're going to learn about that soon, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.